Hi, Scott here. I'm down on the new path below the center. It's marked by these two trees that went over in a storm. This one broke in the middle, but then it just didn't get hung up on that. It worked with the new situation, kept going after life, and it became this awesome symbol of an archway marking a path back to the heart. The heart labyrinth is at the end of this path. I love that. You know, just being out in nature helps me to kind of just feel that vibrancy of life as you're just enjoying being you, just naturally, right? And especially on this Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day to all our moms, being open to the mom side of God and all that it represents. So let me kind of play with an idea here that might help see that. So imagine you were an angel as this pandemic started, the coronavirus pandemic. You might have thought, this might help humanity come together because it'll be easy to see how they're all vulnerable and they have this shared vulnerability. Every culture, every country, every family. So maybe they can come from a place of compassion for each other and be open to, yeah, looking out for each other and that love that can really connect heart to heart and then build solutions from there. And where we've seen that, we've seen some really powerful things, haven't we? Frontline healthcare workers, but also like a young lady I talked to at Walmart who was just putting her heart into it, just doing her best with the situation. And in other words, I hope you've experienced some of this. There's been some really cool, powerful things people have been doing. But we're also seeing, of course, that where there was divisiveness before, in some ways, this just accentuated it. And now we can see where some posturing's happening and some unhealthy things that are actually going to create more problems that just didn't need to be there. All right. And how to see this is why the great teachers and spiritual leaders of history, like Jesus and others, said things like, love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love others as yourselves. It's value love. God is love. See that as the most important, worthwhile thing to be cultivating within you so you can move with it because it'll provide a deeper place and more power, a deeper power to engage the problems of life. It's like, imagine that, like our hearts, I think our hearts are born of the great heart of God. That's why we do desire to love and be loved and live a life flowing with love. And so when we go there, center in that, it's like we're plugging into the divine electricity that powers heaven and is seeking to come and find expression through us in this world, where there is so much fear and vulnerability. And that's why it matters so much here. And it's quite an accomplishment to bring that. And we're moved when we really see it, right? And to get that as kind of our life mission and what our soul is up to, each in our own way, each in our own personal, very unique expression. That's the gift we have to give the world. And it's God working through us as we are branches of God and true to that branching out as expressions of God. But if we start just with the fear and not that deeper place of love where we can connect in compassion, well, then we often move into just selfish behaviors that then can create more divisiveness, and that doesn't work. It's like kind of like if during the storm these trees got mad at those trees up there for not blocking the wind better. You know, it that's not the place to put your energies. This tree didn't get hung up on its brokenness, wasn't yelling at the other trees. It just kind of rooted itself better and went for the light where it could. And it created this amazing, really cool looking symbol over our path here. You know what I mean? The path was here. We just kind of discovered it. And it goes back to the heart. Well, food for thought there. Um, I don't know your particular situation. I do know that well, put it this way, Anita and I are even more committed to the center being a casual temple that really honors this love that gives life. And the best place to connect with that is our own hearts. And then as we do that, it's actually easier because you naturally feel more compassion for others as we feel our own vulnerability and we know they are too. And so then there's a desire to connect at that level and then come together heart to heart and create what's going to work best for everybody. And that's what I'm experiencing. And I know Anita is too in the center community. And thank you so much for this effort. It doesn't just happen, it comes from intentionality and people seeing the worthwhileness of that, the wisdom of it, the wisdom of the heart, you could say. And that's why we want to roll out the red carpet to the mom side of God and the father side too, of course. It's this dance that gives life, this celebration of connecting in love and then going from there. So, more power to you in that. Thank you so much for your part in creating the center and its evolution now. And hopefully it can be a helpful thing as we come out of the lockdown and whatever the next year or so holds. Thanks a lot.